Hello, fellow viewers. Thank you again for joining me on the Epiphany channel. This week is week 4 of the Taste of African American Health Through Heritage series of cooking classes. And this week focus on, ta-da! Drum roll please. Beans and rice. Two of my most favorite things, and when paired together, they are not only delicious, but they're nutritious because of their vitamin and mineral content value. So today we're going to make a black eyed pea salad. Oh, I'm so excited about this, you guys. I'd never tried this before, but it's so simple and it's so quick that you're going to love to make it over and over and over again. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see here, I have my cutting board already set up. Here in the foreground, you'll also see the other ingredients that I will use today. We have apple cider vinegar, black eyed peas, of course, onion, celery, red bell pepper, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And of course, we have our measuring spoon here because we'll need it a little bit later. Now, again, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to dice each of these ingredients. I love red bell pepper. Now, I know some people may like the green bell pepper. This recipe does specifically call for red bell pepper. One thing about red bell pepper is it is a lot sweeter than the green bell pepper. You can also find these a lot of times in yellow and in orange as well, which I think would be a comparable substitute. I would not recommend to use green only because the flavor of the green is nowhere near as intense and as sweet and as noticeable as the colored bell peppers. So you definitely want to use those. So let's finish just chopping these up. Now, I'm chopping these or dicing these, and I want to make these as small as possible because you got your peas, about the size of a black eyed pea, I'm sure. And so I want to kind of get these probably just a little bit smaller than an actual black eyed pea as I'm dicing these. So these are just a really rough chop, as you can see. So I'm going to kind of go back through these, do the rough chop. Now I've already added my black eyed peas in the bowl. And then there goes the red bell pepper. Now, the next thing we're going to do, and I have already added this celery into the bowl, but I do want to show you guys really quickly just the cutting of celery. And of course, when you're doing any type of vegetable, please make sure you wash all your veggies. I'm a big stickler on washing my veggies, and when I do wash them, I will literally immerse them in a bowl of vinegar and baking soda mixture. I have this thing about veggies and them being clean and any food that I'm eating. But the thing of it is the vinegar is going to cut a lot of that dirt and along with the baking soda, a lot of the dirt and just people touching your vegetables and things like that. I get weirded out about stuff like that. But you got to think. It's in the grocery store. People are touching it all the time. So you definitely want to make sure you wash all your vegetables before you eat them or prepare them in this case. So I cut those celery stalks long ways and then I diced them just as I did the red bell peppers. Now the only other thing that we have to do to prepare this easy, quick black eyed pea salad is to dice our onions. I love onions. I always use sweet onions. It actually calls, I believe, in this recipe a yellow onion, I believe. But again, I always use Vidalia's They, to me, are some of the sweeter onions. I think also some of the purple onions or red onions are really sweet as well. So I do recommend that, along with the choice of onions that you do pick, to try either one of those for their sweetness. Again, it's going to just round out the flavor better. So you always want to consider your ingredients for everything that you make. Because, of course, the better ingredients, the better your overall dish. So always keep that in mind. Don't ever try to skimp on your ingredients or the quality of your ingredients. Now, as you can see here, I have already put my black eyed peas in the bowl. Bring this a little bit closer to you. Now, you have the option, and it actually calls to use these black eyed peas canned. Now, this is my second time making this recipe. The first time I made this dish, I actually used Lux canned peas. Today, I decided to go ahead and cook the black eyed peas myself. And because I have, they are a little bit mushy. And that is an issue I thought that I would have, and that I am having with the consistency of, and the lack of firmness of my black eyed pea. But that's okay. I don't necessarily mind that as much. But I have the black eyed peas. I have them on hand. And I really love this dish, so I want to go ahead and make it. But remember, if you're going to use canned black eyed peas, okay? If you're going to use canned black eyed peas, please make sure you drain them. Rinse them very thoroughly, or use black eyed peas with low sodium. Now, we're going to add a little bit of salt to the end of this dish, and that's fine. But the point of it is that you want to be able to control your salt content. So, that goes back to me cooking my actual black eyed peas myself. They don't take any time to cook. You can soak them overnight. These took literally about 30-45 minutes to do. Now I'm throwing together my black eyed pea salad, and there's really no additional time really required. Not extremely. I mean, there is additional time, but not extremely additional time. So, again, keep that in mind. All right. Now, as I was saying, we have our black eyed peas, we have our red bell pepper, our onions, and our celery all in this dish. Now, one thing I really like about this is that we are actually putting everything in one bowl. So I love that. We're going to have 3 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar. So this is my little measuring spoon here. 1. And I love this because you can, oh wow. Measure this right in here. Ooh, this isn't working well. Something about this little seal is off, but that's okay. We work with it because that's what we do. Okay. The recipe actually does call for 3 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar. And then we have 2 tablespoons of the oil. So that's going to give us kind of a little tangy flavor there with the apple cider vinegar. I'm sure that you could use other vinegar as well. Let's say if you want to use a rice vinegar or maybe a balsamic vinegar, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend balsamic now that I think of it, because it's a brown vinegar, and it may actually give you more of a darker color. I don't think that you would want that for the rest of your veggies that are in here. Now, the only thing that it does call for is harissa, and this is from the Savory Spice Shop, from the African American Health Through Heritage sponsor for each of the recipes. Now, this I'm just gently tossing around. Again, you want to be really gentle with this, as you can see. Very gentle with it. But you do want to mix it thoroughly because, of course, you want to get all your flavor marinated in. Ooh, I lost a little bit there. Get all your flavor marinated in. Now, again, I made this at week 4, or we made this, the class and I made this, week 4 of the Taste Through American Heritage. Again, I loved it so much, had to make it again. So this is something that will be a staple item, I do believe, that you want to make time and time again. Because I have a friend that actually told me that he had this black eyed pea salad prior to me making this. And he says that he loves it. So, as you can see, all we have to do is put the top on here. And we have to refrigerate this. And once we refrigerate, it does call for just 1 hour. So that allows time for the flavors to marinate and for everything to soak into those black eyed peas as far as the vinegar and the oil and everything. So I can't hardly wait. But also I do want to tell you very quickly, because again, week 4 did consist of rice and beans. We did a bean dish, but what we did do also with the rice is that we did brown rice, and we served that on the side with the other 2 bean dishes that we prepared. So with this particular one, just wanted to let you know that I did get some brown rice. Very easy to make. Once again, you're going to do twice as much water or liquid if you choose to do any type of stock. But in this particular scenario, we use 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of water. Let it cook for about 35-45 minutes. And you literally want to just let it pretty much simmer and let all that water just boil off and let it cook through. And you're going to have the greatest, fluffiest rice you'll ever want to taste. It's really good. So, in addition to that, remember to use brown rice instead of white rice. White rice is refined. It has been processed. Therefore, your body does not process it as it needs to benefit African Americans or anyone, but specifically African Americans, in a very helpful way. So keep that in mind also, to buy and purchase and to make brown rice, because it's so much more beneficial, because it has all of the nutrients still intact with the germ and endosperm. I believe that's the correct terms. And it does take a little bit longer to cook, but it is definitely worth the wait. So, as always, I thank you guys for joining me here at the Epiphany channel. Again, this has been week 4 of the Taste of African American Health Through Heritage cooking lesson, and we'll be going into week 5, which is tubers and mashers. So we just have a couple more weeks left, and we're going to go ahead and knock this thing out. So as you're going forward, again, go to the Always site, look for different recipes, look for different ways to prepare all these wonderful foods in a way that you can find exciting to you. Again, this is a great recipe. I will have it listed below. Very quick to make, as you can see. So I hope this is something that you'll try, and again, something that you'll like and that you'll continue to make. So as always, I thank you for watching the Epiphany channel, and I really do hope to see you soon. Thanks.